stand up now to see what's next. Birds don't just fly, they fall down and get up. Nobody learns without getting it wrong. I won't give up, no I won't give in till I reach the end and then I'll start again. No I won't leave, I wanna try everything, I wanna try even though I could fail. I won't give up, no I won't give in till I reach the end and then I'll start again. No I won't leave, I wanna try everything, I wanna try even though I could fail. Oh, 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 try everything. Oh, 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 try everything. Oh, 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 try everything. Oh, 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 oh. Look how far you've come. You filled your heart with love. Maybe you've done enough. Take a deep breath. Don't beat yourself up. No need to run so fast. Sometimes we come less, but we did our best. I won't give up, no I won't give in till I reach the end and then I'll start again. No I won't leave, I wanna try everything, I wanna try even though I can fail. I won't give up, no I won't give in till I reach the end and then I'll start again. No I won't leave, I wanna try everything, I wanna try even though I can fail. I'll keep on making those new mistakes. I'll keep on making them every day. Those new mistakes. Oh, 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 try everything. Oh, 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 try everything. Oh, 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 try everything. Oh, 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 try everything.
Since our second piece is in Latin, I felt I should explain for just a moment. Since music first started being written down in Europe around 1200 years ago, writing music for masses has been a mainstay of composers. In that same spirit, Ruth Moore Sprigg wrote Benedictus in the same Latin that would have been used for 1,000 years. The translation is, "Blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord, Hosanna in the highest, heaven is full of your glory." So here is Benedictus.
Benedictus qui venit, in nomine Domini. Benedictus qui venit, in nomine Domini. Hosanna, Hosanna, Hosanna in excelsis. Benedictus qui venit, in nomine Domini. 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 benedictus qui bonit. In nomine Domini. Elijah rock, shout, shout. Elijah rock, coming up, Lord. Elijah rock, shout, shout. Elijah rock, coming up, Lord. Elijah, 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 Elijah. Satan, the liar, and under true. He comes watch out, you're born to you. If I could, I surely would stand on the rock where Moses stood, Elijah rock, shout, shout. Elijah rock, coming up, Lord. Elijah rock, shout, shout. Elijah rock, coming up, Lord. Elijah, 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 Elijah. Elijah rock, Elijah rock, Elijah rock, Elijah rock, Elijah rock, Elijah rock. Elijah rock, shout, shout. Elijah rock, coming up, Lord. Elijah rock, shout, shout. Elijah rock, coming up, Lord. Elijah, 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 Elijah. Elijah rock, Elijah rock, Elijah rock, Elijah.
Our last piece also has a sprinkling of Latin in it from Carmina Burana and note of a bunch of English. The text translates to, "The sun warms everything even when I am far away. Love me faithfully and know that I am faithful." In the program notes for the piece, the composer stated, "Life is a mosaic made up of visual images, conversations, laughter, love, sorrow, and experiences too numerous to count. All as a result of one's interaction with other human beings from the moment of one's birth. One's life has an inseparable kinship with others. The metaphor for that kinship in this piece is omnia soul, and that kinship, or light, is perpetuated by our daily investing and leaving a bit of ourselves in every soul we encounter. So, though we mature and move on, part of us has stayed in the hearts and minds of those we chance to meet."
Somewhere far from leave my heart in song. Oh, stay your hand, the journey may be long. And when we part, and sorrow calls me sway, remember when and let your heart stay. Omnia souls and the gods, untinted ring mortal, Amen be Let courage be your last passion, be your sail. Wisdom and truth will guide your deep heart's journey. Through all travail, oh, stay your soul and leave my heart in song. Oh, stay your hand, the journey may be long. And when we part, and sorrow calms me sway, remember when and let your heart stay. Omnia souls in the gods, untinted ring mortal, Amen be become me your Lord. Oh, stay your soul and leave my heart in song. Oh, stay your hand, the journey may be long. And when we part, and sorrow calls me sway, remember and let your heart be
I have one final thing before I turn it over to Ms. Johnson. So after 4 years and seeing us through COVID and everything that came after, the lovely Janine Myers is finally leaving us to be a full-time grandma to her grandkid. This year, she has been driving 3 hours one way to come and play for these guys. We would not be able to do what we've done at the high school or the middle school without her coming here. So for appreciation for all of these years, here's some roses, and this is a card signed by every current and former kid that she has played for at any level during the last 4 years.
So I normally don't talk at concerts, but tonight all 4 pieces have kind of a story to them, and I think it will help you to hear that story before we play it, kind of give you an idea of what's going on. So I'm going to make this quick and as painless as possible. So our first piece tonight is entitled Zombie Tango, and it says it had its origin during a round of golf while discussing America's current interest in zombies. The idea came to mind of 2 zombies trying to do something elegant like the tango while their decaying bodies are falling apart. So, the story behind this piece is the following. In their early lives, Gustavo and Alma were Argentine national tango champions many times. When their earthly lives were over, they found that they missed the thrill of competition. So, finding a way back into the present world, they show up once again at the tango championships, to the horror of the fans and in frustration that their bodies no longer move with agility. So, we hope you enjoy Zombie Tango. what's called a programmatic song poem for symphonic band, and there's several different sections to it. And so as you listen to it, you'll hear the different sections appear and then reappear later on. So the opening section depicts the birth of twin sisters who were born in 1588 in Ellwangen, Germany. And in those times, the birth of twins was considered a bad omen. And as the sisters grew up, it became clear that they had the gift of second sight and could predict future events. The thematic material representing both sisters is first introduced in this section, and then the second section is the development of one of the twins' needs. This sister led a horrible life, and her gift was looked down upon. Many townspeople feared her and considered her to be a witch. After a brief transition musically, the theme representing the other sister is introduced in its entirety. This sister was sent away to a convent when she was a child. While at the convent, she is revered as a saint because of her visions. And then the fourth section of the work is a turbulent section representing the struggles that both of these sisters had in their lives. Eventually, the one that's considered a witch is imprisoned, and then the one that was revered as a saint returns to the town to save her sister. So the final section depicts the return of the saint and then the rescue of her sister, the witch. As they are trying to escape, the sisters are captured once again, and this time, for fear of being burnt at the stake, the saint drinks some poison. She dies in her sister's arms, and the witch rides off in sorrow. So here is the witch and the saint. Our next selection is entitled Love's Old Sweet Song. It is a song that is representative of the immensely popular Victorian-era parlor song that was played at the turn of the 20th century. And during the great American classic concert band era over a century ago, virtuoso brass soloists often followed their performances of virtuoso technical works with an encore featuring a beautiful ballad. This song was utilized in this manner by a number of great performers. The chorus, I'm not going to read all the verses, but the chorus says this: "Just a song at twilight, when the lights are low, and the flickering shadows softly come and go. Though the heart be weary, sad the day and long, still to us at twilight comes love's old song, comes love's old sweet song." So tonight we're going to feature our senior and all-state Pavilion player, Jessica Owens, on Love's Old Sweet Song. entitled Choose Joy. And when I found this piece this spring, I hear pieces of music and I go, oh, I really like that. And one time was all it took. It took a little longer to convince some of the kids in this group that it was a good piece and that they should play it, because it challenges it a little bit. But I think the story behind this piece is something that everybody needs to hear and to think about. And I know that I need to think about it too at times. The composer writes, I have written many commissions through my career, and many of them are memorial works. And each piece of this type is a reminder to me, and he hopes to the audience and performers, that time is our greatest gift and most valuable asset, and we are always spending it whether we intend to or not. When we ask someone for their hand in marriage, we are asking for and offering our most treasured possession, our time, our lives. When we choose a profession, we are agreeing to dedicate our time to this. When we lose someone, we are simultaneously grateful for the time we have had with them and grieving for that time being depleted. We never get time back, ever. So in May of 2021, I was approached by Joe Glass of Salyers Middle School about a commission. He asked if I would be interested in a new commission, but that the circumstances were somewhat unusual. It is with his permission and the permission of the family involved that I'm sharing these details. He told me about Nicole Randall, a recent graduate from the high school that Joe's program feeds and his former students. Nicole had been battling level 4 glioblastoma, a very aggressive form of brain cancer. She was then 20 years old and had been moved into hospice care. To celebrate her, they have asked that I create a work in her honor. Illness is the thief of time. In spite of this, Nicole and her family had created a motto that they used to navigate this difficult time: choose joy. I was very moved by this, as I feel too many people waste their time and their lives choosing hate, choosing anger, choosing misery. Do these emotions legitimately exist? Absolutely, but I can safely say for myself that there have been moments where I gave energy to them and fed them instead of shutting them down. Choose joy. I like that. For those of you that may have been touched by cancer, either yourself or a loved one, I am sure you can agree that we never know how much time we are given on this earth, but life events such as these can put a lot of things in perspective. It is raining as I finish writing this, and I looked out my window just now. Instead of thunderheads, there is a rainbow shining in the heavens. Even in the darkest clouds, there can be beauty and light. So this piece uses elements of Beethoven's Ode to Joy, along with a 5-note motive representing the 5 family members of Nicole's immediate family. A trio is heard in the beginning, representing Nicole and her siblings. The parts have been written for the instruments that they played in babies: flute, clarinet, and saxophone. The work alternates between a rhythmic and joyful intensity and a more nostalgic and bittersweet lyrical moment in the middle. There are moments of happiness, humor, worry, pain, and determination. I hope this work serves as a fitting tribute to all of those who choose joy in times of darkness. Choose joy. We'd like to thank you guys for coming tonight. But first, before we close, we'd like to thank Mrs. Bear and her art students for their wonderful artwork out here. So if you haven't had a chance to check out their artwork, make sure you do so before you leave tonight. As a reminder for the band and choir kids and their parents, the music banquet is this Sunday at 7 p.m. in the music room. So if you can come to that, it should be a fun evening. We thank you again for all your support through the year. And for letting us have your children and teaching them music, and we hope you guys have a good time. Thank you.